I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, I love her, I want her. I've got an email here from a guy whose girlfriend dumped him unexpectedly, so obviously he's hurting. And so he says, I read your article called The Best Strategy to Get an Ex-Lover Back. I would love to have some help as well, but my story is a little different. Here is what is happening in my relationship. I was having a conversation with my best friend on Facebook, and we've known each other since 2003, talking about random stuff, and she knew that I dated this Somalian girl. I forgot to erase that message from Facebook, and my girlfriend read it. From the conversations, my girlfriend thought I was giving too much personal detail to my best friend about our relationship and also not protecting her. What happened was my best friend asked, do you guys kiss? My answer was, of course, she's my girlfriend and we make love too. And he says, I know I screwed up here. Then my best friend said the other day, stop tanning or you will become like your girlfriend. And my answer was, ha ha ha, sarcastically. And then another thing, the small conversation mistakes I make without noticing, a couple of these happened. I'll tell you a recent one. My roommate's girlfriend did not visit him for 2 weeks. Me and my girlfriend were having a conversation and she asked, did they break up? And when we got back home, we saw my roommate's girlfriend and I was happy to see her. And I said that to her. And she said, welcome back. And she said, me and my girlfriend, and then he says to her, me and my girlfriend were having a conversation about you not visiting and we thought maybe you guys broke up. Not a good thing to say, obviously. My girlfriend got mad and she thought I offended her in front of people by telling others what we talked about. So in other words, what your girlfriend is getting upset about is that women like a guy that can keep his mouth shut. And so when she tells you things like that, she expects that you keep it in confidence because you don't want to say something like that because you're in essence basically saying, oh, we thought maybe you guys broke up or you didn't work out. And your girlfriend here obviously asked you to keep these things in confidence and then you didn't. And so what this causes your girlfriend to do is it causes her to not trust your masculine core, to not feel safe around you because she feels that if she tells you something really intimate and really personal about her, that she only tells you because she loves you and she cares about you and she wants you to keep it a secret. And then you're telling her these little things, she's automatically assuming that when she's not around, you're telling her all about what you guys do together. And so she's very insecure about it, and it's upsetting to her. It makes her feel like you can't keep a secret. And this causes a woman to hold back from you and feel like things that may be really embarrassing to her, she's not going to tell you because she's afraid you're going to go and blab them to other people. So obviously it tells you that it's not really a big deal to you and you didn't think nothing of it, but when you gotta pay attention. When your girl asks you to keep things quiet and in confidence, it's very upsetting to her because she feels like you can't keep a secret and then she can't trust you with that you're going to just unexpectedly blab and say things in front of people and make an uncomfortable situation for her. So he says, she broke up with me 1 week ago and said things like that happened and the image of me in her head has changed. I tried talking to her, asking for another chance, but she wouldn't listen. She wanted to stay friends. So she's unilaterally changed the terms of your relationship, which obviously aren't to your liking, and that's why you're writing me. And so he says, on the way to drop her off at her place, she held my hand, and on Friday we went clubbing, and in the club I tried to hold her hand. She first held her hand and then took it away. Well, I can tell you obviously haven't read my book yet. I think you said you just downloaded it recently. So what's happening is, like what I teach in my book is to look for the signs. A girl that likes you and she's flirting and when touching is appropriate, she'll start twirling her hair around her finger. She'll start laughing at all your jokes. She'll ask you personal questions about yourself. She'll reach over and touch your arm. She'll touch your leg. She'll giggle at all your stupid jokes. She'll talk about doing things together in the future. And so when she starts touching you like that, then you can slowly reciprocate. And by just hanging back and being patient, it communicates that you have emotional self-control and you're not a little needy boy. And this because women are like cats. Sometimes they want to be touched and sometimes they don't. And by just hanging back and seeing if she's bumping into you as you're walking along, then you can take her hand and she'll walk with you. But if a woman lets go of your hand, it means she wants to let go of your hand. And what guys that don't understand this concept will do is that they'll quickly grab her hand back and start holding her hand. Now that communicates neediness. Now you might think that's an innocuous thing and it's not really important, but it makes a huge deal because she's testing you in that moment to see how you are when she pulls herself or her affection away from you. Do you try to get it back? A guy like Clint Eastwood or a James Bond is not going to care. He's going to continue to walk because he knows it'll just be a few minutes later before she reaches back and grabs his hand again. Women are like cats. You got to let them come and go as you please. And little subtle things like that, the fact that you're telling me that you're grabbing her hand tells me that you're completely unaware and you have no sensory acuity when it comes to when touching is appropriate or not with a woman. Because the more a woman likes you, the more comfortable she feels, the more she's open to it, the more she's going to touch you and the more she's going to reach out. Now, it doesn't mean you're a cold fish. It just means that you wait for her to start initiating some contact and then you slowly reciprocate. Like if you're walking down the road and she's bumping into you, you put your arm around her. And if you keep walking with her and yet she doesn't put her arm around you after a few minutes, then you take your arm away. It's subtle little things like that, and then maybe a little while later she'll walk a little closer and put her arm around you. But it's little things like that that communicate your comfortableness in yourself. And so obviously there's a lot of things you're doing and saying where you were unsure of yourself and you were expressing neediness and you just made her feel wishy-washy about you. And the communication was just one little subtle thing. That in and of itself wouldn't be that big a deal if you were only keeping the things quiet that she wanted you to keep quiet. But obviously you're blabbing your mouth when you're supposed to keep your mouth shut when she tells you a secret. And so this makes her not feel like she can trust you. And if a woman doesn't feel like she can trust you, she's not going to love you and she's not going to completely feel comfortable opening up to you. So he says, but since she broke up with me, we went out to dinner and she's come over a couple of times. We talk on what's up on a daily basis. And then listen to what he says here. He says, I wake her up for work every day and all, and I have no idea what to do. I love her and I want to be with her. Yeah, you're acting like her male friend. She said, I want to just be friends, and you're basically going along with it. So I would stop calling her to wake her up every day because you're acting like her manservant. And when she calls you and says, hey, I haven't heard from you, just say, oh, yeah, I was busy. She's like, well, yeah, you usually call me every day. And I was like, well, you just wanted to be my friend, and I'm not interested in just being friends with you. I want us to still be lovers, and I still want us to hang out, and I want to see you making an effort. And quite frankly, you're not making the effort that I like and I want. And I want to find a girl who really wants to be with me, and so if you're not going to make the effort, I'm going to make the effort with somebody else. So give me a call if you change your mind. I'd love to see you. I'd love to, if she calls you, you just say, I'd love to see you. Why don't you grab a bottle of wine and come on over for dinner? Try to make definite dinner plans with her to come over to your place and make dinner together. And if she won't make definite plans, then you would simply withdraw the offer and just say, hey, well, give me a call if you change your mind. I'd love to see you. I'd love to spend some time with you. And then just walk away. And she says, well, I want you to call me. Or I was like, well, I'm not going to call you because it takes two in a relationship. And you're no longer making an effort that's satisfactory to me. It's called standing up for yourself. And from what you've shared with me so far in your email is that you're letting this girl walk all over you. You're letting her put you in friend zone, and your actions, even though you say it's not what you want, your actions are communicating submissiveness to basically being her friend. And so when a woman unilaterally changes the terms, you don't have to agree to it. You can just say, I'm not interested in that. I'm not going to do all this. You love me calling you every day. Well, I'm not going to do that anymore because you want to just be my friend. And I want a girlfriend. I want somebody that I can have a great relationship with. And you're no longer making an effort with us, and so give me a call if you change your mind. And you walk away and you never look back. That's what you have to do. Because a man who perceives himself as a catch, he's not going to put up with this friendship nonsense. He's just going to walk away and go about his life. And if there's still some level of attraction there, and if maybe after a couple of weeks of her going out with guys, the other 97% of the dudes out there that don't understand this stuff, and she realizes the grass really isn't greener on the other side, and you really truly are walking away from her, she'll call you. She'll get back in touch with you. And when she does, make definite plans or withdraw the offer if she won't agree to definite plans. And you just keep giving her that. Every time she calls back, even if it takes a month. No matter how long it takes back, if she won't make definite plans, come over to your place and hang out, then you withdraw the offer and say, give me a call if you change your mind. One of two things will happen. She'll either make definite plans with you and she'll come over and you'll seduce her again and you'll just continue to do that from that point going forward. or she'll stop calling you, and you'll meet somebody else using the things that I teach. So either way, you're going to get her back, or you're going to find her someone better. So relax, dude. It's in the bag. Read my book. Go to my website. On the right-hand side, underneath the email sign-up box, is a box that has a link that will take you right to the download page for my book. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, on the right-hand side of the download page is a button you can click. And when you click that button, you can download a free e-reader app for your smartphone, your tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you have a question or a topic you'd like me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. And if you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions on the next page. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in my videos and my articles and the ebook on my website, you can show your appreciation by going to my website and on the Wibiya toolbar, which will be at the bottom of your screen when you're on my website. Click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. I will talk to you soon.